Hello everybody and welcome back to Coldborough Park Farm, one of my all-time favourites for Farming Simulator. Now unfortunately the update isn't ready at the time of recording this video. I was initially going to do a silage harvest today, but it's turned out that it isn't ready for me to do that yet. Obviously we could do one if we wanted to, but there is an issue with the silage pits, so it would be really counterproductive to actually do one today. So unfortunately, yeah, we're going to have to leave off again to do a different job. We're going to put this here. We do need to get some more money. I was going to do a really quick contracting job, and it was going to be really quick because I know some people don't like it when I do it. So field 18, it's very small, and we can do a very quick mission here of harvesting this corn. So let's... Where'd the trigger go? There's the trigger. Okay, let's go. The TC590 by New Holland. Yeah, as you can see, it must have been a real challenge to implement the contracting into this map because it is so tight. Getting the vehicles to spawn here is pretty tough, so we are going to have to just push it so we can actually pick it up. There we go. Right, so this shouldn't take too long at all. They've given us 24 minutes roughly. So unfold the header. And let's just do this really quickly. But at the same time, we can't do it so quickly that we miss stuff. Now I actually really do love this field because it's a funny field really, because you know how in the UK, in some parts of the UK anyway, all of the well, not all the hedgerows were ripped out, but some of the hedgerows were ripped out to make way for bigger fields. So in this case, this hedge could have been taken out to make this field part of that field, just to make it easier for the intensive farmers, and of course it's more land as well for growing the crops in. But no, what I'm trying to say here is it's just a nice little field with a tree at the bottom. Certainly where I come from, you wouldn't see this. You wouldn't see a small field like this. All of the hedgerows have been taken out to make way for big fields. But that is just one of the things which is obviously very nice for Herefordshire. Got some pretty, pretty fields. They have got some decent fields down there, they look nice. Probably not the most practical, but they look the best, and they're also best for the wildlife as well. Going underneath our low tree. I don't think the last bit of the field could be planted just because of the mission system. I think it has to be relatively square where you have the crops, so that is why that hasn't worked. But if we bought this field, we could plant that, no problem at all. But I don't think we will be buying it, we're just going to leave it as it is. In fact, we could even be the person who does all the contracting for just this field. I don't know who the farmer was actually, but we could just keep doing this field, so we have to cultivate it after this, or maybe even plough it, and then cultivate it and seed it, spray it, slurry spread it. Very soon we're going to be doing our own muck spreading. The pigs are just busy producing the produce for that, but as soon as they have done, we will be getting the muck spreader out and we'll be spreading one of our fields, probably field number 4 I think it is, yeah, field number 4, which is currently a maize field, which we're going to be harvesting when we do the silage harvest. And yeah, that'd be a great size for the amount of manure we'll have, which won't be that much at all. Wow, this is dense. There's actually a house there. I had no idea there was a house right there, in the undergrowth. I'm sure it's a lovely house, it's just we didn't see it. Very private house. We have 18 minutes and 35 seconds remaining. That should be doable. We're almost halfway. This bit here is a bit tricky though. Yeah, so how much do we have? Oh yeah, that is definitely possible. Probably in just 8 minutes. We could do it with 10 minutes to spare. I'll keep at it, and then we'll move on to the next job. Okay, so we have virtually finished. We don't have to do it all. It's just how the contracting works. You only have to do a certain percentage. But we still have over 13 minutes remaining. That is good. Is it going to take it before we get to the bottom of here? I'm hoping it will do. We'll lose quite a bit of time turning around. Hope it does. Oh, it's just my luck. It didn't. Oh well. We'll race up to here then. This will finish it. Bit of extra money. Wow, that is good. That's incredible. So that was a bonus of about, well, we got about 15,000 there from just doing field 18. Is there another job here? This is the issue with that. I get really addicted to it. There is some slurry spreading which will take, where does it say? Well, it's 8 minutes and 12 seconds. We'll do it very quickly. Don't worry, I won't do too much with the contracting. And I don't think we need to mess about putting the weight on. It'll take half the time just to get into that position, to get the weight in on the front of the tractor. Off we go. Right, this should be a fairly quick job. But when we get our own slurry spreader, I'm hoping it to be a Marshall, because I think they do look very good. There's nothing wrong with these, it's just we do use them quite often. In fact, I think it is the only small slurry spreader in the contracting system. There's obviously the really big one. Already quarter of the way through. And it's all extra money. We do need it because at some point I do want to buy the cows. It won't be in this version. I'm hoping to upgrade very soon to the fully working version. It is going to be released on Mod Hub very soon as well. So yeah, the wait shouldn't be too long. I haven't actually seen the silage pit issue for myself, but apparently it is something to do with it not filling up equally or something, or some of it will stay as fermented and some of it will stay as just chaff. But I'm not really willing to try it out because I know it's not going to work properly. We're just going to wait until it's all fully operational, and then we can do an amazing whole crop harvest. It's pretty much halfway. And this should be the final bit. I'm actually surprised about how much it's showing we've got remaining. It looks like there should be less than that. Maybe I've missed a bit. Yeah, there are a few bits which I've missed, but nothing too serious. Did it say we get £8,000 for this? Can't remember. In fact, I very rarely look at the price. I just take the job. In fact, more than anything, I look at the time it's going to take to do the job. Yeah, what I've done is I've missed a sliver down the left hand side there, which has really messed it up. I shouldn't have done that. Anyway, once this is completed, we are going to move on. Yeah, I think this is the bit which it's recognising as missed. So close. Wow. There is literally nothing left. There is a bit in the middle there. It's definitely my fault though. Yeah, look at this. Driving all over the field. Trying to find little bits that I've not gone over properly. There we go. So that was roughly 4,000 plus 1,300-ish. So that's good. That's definitely good. I keep opening the gate. So, yeah, with that money, we could save it, which I think would be the best thing to do. Or we could just go and buy some more animals. But yeah, I think at this stage, that would be a fairly silly thing to do. Love the spawning place there. We are the cow's breakfast. Oh no, it's tea time, isn't it? It's the cow's tea time. Good job we don't have any. So yes, with that done, we can now really just choose anything we want to do. The cows are going to be left. It is going to be the best thing to do, just to hold off until we have enough money. I've been wanting to use this tractor for a while. Maybe we can find a job to do in one of our own fields, but they're probably... Yeah, just field number 7, which we worked in before. That's harvested. We've moved the bale, so that does need to be cultivated. Did I buy a bigger cultivator? I can't remember. But what we did buy is a weeder, and that weeder is going to be used when we plant field number 17. So yeah, let's cultivate it, even if it does mean buying a new cultivator. And then at some point we'll be able to get the seed drill in there as well. But of course I am going to check and see what we do own before I go and buy something. It certainly won't be the first time when I've gone to the store, bought a cultivator, a bigger one, and then discovered I have one which is bigger, or I have exactly the same one. So from now onwards I do need to always check and see exactly what we own. And for this map, because we did start off with some equipment, it probably is best just to sell the small stuff and replace it with the bigger stuff. I love the dual wheels though. I think they look good. So I still haven't really discovered which field is best for the whole crop harvest. We're definitely going to harvest field number 4. But I should think it'll be either field number 9 on the right hand side here, or is it field number 7? Oh no, it's field number 2, or field number 2 will do. But yeah, I haven't really decided. We'll make that decision at the beginning of the episode when we do it. Right, so this is our cultivator, but it is indeed too small. So we're going to sell it and replace it with a bigger one. The issue is horsepower. We do have the John Deere, which is a fantastic tractor for doing this with. However, I don't know if we'll be able to afford a cultivator without selling this cultivator, because we could have 2 on the go. That would look pretty amazing. Let's just see. We've got this one here. Yeah, it's quite expensive though. What did we buy before? Just that. Right, okay. So it looks like, realistically, we should just use the Cultivator L300. But I just feel it's going to take an incredibly long time. It's actually smaller in width than the Combine's header. So, and yeah, you know, that took a long time. So yeah, we really should upgrade it. I'll just go down here, see how it performs. Yeah, the dual wheels are wider than the cultivator. Yes, we're definitely going to sell this. But I'm hoping to still use the Deutz-Fahr. Even though the John Deere is an amazing tractor. I don't really know what to upgrade it to though. I probably should have downloaded some cultivator mods. This is just our test run. But yeah, that isn't really working for me. I would prefer something a little bit bigger. It's just... I think, yeah, if this tractor didn't have the dual wheels on it, it would look absolutely fine. But because we have beefed it up, yes, it does make it a little bit unusual looking. We can, of course, remove the dual wheels free of charge. It's just putting dual wheels on is quite a big job, and I would prefer to use a bigger cultivator. We can't just dither about doing cultivating in this field for the next 3 episodes. That would be ridiculous. Talking about episodes though, I have now put the new schedule up on the channel page so you can see exactly which episodes are on which days. And Coldborough Park Farm is... I've forgotten myself. It's Monday. It is Wednesday, I think. And it's Friday. I will have to double check with my own schedule. But I do know that Wexcombe Manor Farm is Thursday, Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, I should be right there. Tuesday is an anything kind of a day. If there's nothing else that I can think of doing, it will be either Coldborough Park Farm or Wexcombe Manor Farm, alternated. But yeah, it's the kind of day when I'm going to look for a different thing to do, for example a different mod on a different map. Still sort of considering the best thing to do there. But I want to keep the episodes of both the maps equal, so 3 episodes a week. That would always work the best. And multiplayer will be as well as the other episodes. It won't have a day to itself. It's a good job there's no traffic yet. There is going to be traffic, but I would have wiped them out with this, as I have done many times before. Although, its chances are that we would be the person that is wiped out because we bounce off the traffic. The traffic is solid. Anyway, let's sell this cultivator. I think I might regret selling it, but we do need to. For this we'll get £8,424. Is it possible to customise it? No. I was going to say, I can't think of anything which you could fit to it. Anyway, here is the store. So let's upgrade. It was the Coldborough L300. That was 3 metres. This one is 4. This one is 4.8. And this one is 6. This is 6 as well. And this one is 8.3. Well, the Teradisc 600 by Vogel and Newt is £1,000 more expensive for exactly the same width. However, if we were to buy the Catros, I would prefer to put the Slurry pack onto it, which adds £5,000 to the retail value, which would mean it would be £36,000. So that is, in effect, £4,000 more expensive than the Teradisc. So, I don't know. I would prefer to go with the Vogel and Newt because I haven't used it yet, and that is the only reason for it. But then again, we could upgrade this in the future for no extra cost. It would just be the 5,000, no extra. Actually, no, there would. I tell a lie. There would be an extra fee. It would be the workshop fitting fee, which is usually about £1,000. So, actually, we could get charged that anyway. Let's just see. Nope, that is included in the price. So, yeah, that is a tricky situation. I think we're going to just go with the Vogel and Newt and then buy a slurry spreader separately. That would be the best thing to do. Here it is. I just hope we can pull it. But if we can't pull it, it's absolutely fine. We'll just use the John Deere. That's why I'm not really worried about it. Here it goes. I think, especially with the type of field which it is, this could be a real struggle. But I'm willing to give it a go. We can just check the spec and see what the recommended horsepower is. I probably should have done that first. But yeah, I'm not worried at all. 180 horsepower. Well, that Deutz is definitely not 180. I think it's about 140, if I'm not mistaken. If it was a flat field, it would be able to pull it. Absolutely no problem at all. But yes, I think we're going to be using the John Deere today. It's 143 horsepower, this tractor. So yeah, on the flat, this cultivator would be fine. But in this field, I think it's going to be dead. It's not going to be moving anywhere, especially going uphill. Now I believe if we had used the chopped straw mod instead of baling, we would have got a stage of fertiliser from this, because the straw is chopped and then it obviously rots down and creates, in effect, fertiliser. But because we didn't do that, it means we'll have to use the weeder instead to do the first stage of fertilisation. After that, if we can use just solid manure and slurry, that would be perfect. But if it does mean we have to buy some artificial fertiliser, fair enough. We have to do what we have to do really to get the job done. And it is, yeah, more expensive. Artificial fertiliser. We have to buy it in the first place, and we have to buy the spreader. Whereas if it was organic fertiliser, we'd only have to buy the spreader. So here goes. I bet downhill it'll be pretty much perfect. It'll be like, there's no problem here. But then when we turn around and go back up the other way, it's just going to say, nope, not doing this at all. Get the John Deere. We'll have to try it. For those of you who hated it when I left that barley around the tree, it is going to go today, so you won't have to see it anymore. Yeah, so as predicted, absolutely no problem at all downhill. Try not to miss anything. Oh, come on. Needs to go a bit further over. Maybe the dual wheels is going to add extra traction, although saying that, it is the engine which seems to struggle with the cultivator rather than the traction. But who knows, let's try it. Lift it up there, spin around, and let's go back up again. It gets steeper as well. This is not the steepest part. Okay, 9 miles per hour, 8, 7, 6. My foot's to the floor here, 5. If it gets to the top without stopping, then well done, Deutzfahr. 4. 5. It's going back up again. The dual wheels would definitely be helping. But it can be incredibly painful doing it at this speed. Plus it is working the tractor far too hard. It's always fun though to push a tractor to its limit on Farming Simulator. You wouldn't want to do it in real life because you're at risk of damaging something. But in Farming Simulator it's a great way of just, you know, getting a small tractor, putting something stupidly big on it and just seeing what it does. But yep, I'm not going to keep that on there, although it did have a very good attempt at that. I think the lowest speed was 3 miles per hour, so that is definitely commendable. The John Deere can finish the job. The Deutzfahr can be used for seeding. Yeah, not a bad place for it here. Nice little tractor park. Right, okay. So the John Deere is just around the corner. It's always on hand. Ready to finish off the jobs which other tractors can't do. So this is, in my opinion, a very nice tractor. It's definitely the biggest one we should ever have on this map though. We're never going to get anything bigger. I have done in the past, especially in multiplayer, but for this series, no. We're going to keep it realistic. Now we have to get around this corner without crashing. I think if I go round here, reverse back again, that would be the best option. Mind the gate. There we go. Right, so let's have a bit of a comparison here. Let's see how well this tractor does. This tractor is 300 horsepower, so there should be no issues at all. Downhill exactly the same as predicted. It's uphill that I'm looking forward to seeing. Now I suppose we could actually use GPS for this, but with it being such a strange shaped field, I don't know if it would be worth it. I will probably open it up and just see where it's going to position the lines, see if it is going to be manageable. Right, so here goes, back uphill. This part will be slightly steeper than the bit that the Deutz did. So far, 10 miles per hour, not bad at all. We have lost a mile per hour, lost 2. Back at 9. Yep, so it's clearly dealing with it much better. Very good. Yeah, lowest it's been is 8. The other tractor, oh, 7. The other tractor got to 3. But I shouldn't even be comparing them really. 300 horsepower versus 143. Yeah, that is no comparison at all. Anyway, what we're going to do, if I don't bang my arm on the Statex side panel, is we're going to finish this field. I'm going to go off screen, do plenty of it, and then nearer to the end I will return and show you the progress. But let's just get this tree done. I want to just show you that we're going to get rid of the bits that I miss. I try and do it neatly as well. I shouldn't have missed these bits over here. There we go. So, I'm going to see you in a second. Okay, I have managed to get GPS out and it is fully working, so that is really good. Making the job pretty easy. But it will become pretty difficult when we go over there because it's just, you know, a sheer gradient. It's very steep. I just went up it to do one headland and I got down to 4 miles per hour. I thought it was going to stop, but luckily it didn't. So yeah, I'm going to continue and I'll see you very close to the end. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed the time lapse. We have almost finished the field. I've decided to change the GPS course to sort of diagonally across the hill. It makes it much easier on the tractor. And it actually is making a drastic difference. I'm maintaining 9 or 10 miles per hour, which is fantastic. Try and get the turn right. But no, GPS, there is so much to be said for it. Technically we shouldn't have GPS because there is actually an addition you can get for this tractor which adds, what do they call it on the John Deere? Green something. Green Star, is it? Basically adds the GPS on the top. Right, so we have come to the final triangle, which I'm about to finish off manually. I'm not going to use the GPS for this. So let's just get this finished, and then in the next episode I'm hoping to, well really we need to probably either put muck on it or slurry spread it. I mean, muck would usually be cultivated in, so I mean it will work, it's just technically we should have cultivated any solid manure into the field. So yeah, slurry would be the better option realistically, but it just depends what we've got, and I'm desperate to do a muck spreading video, so don't know, really can't decide what to do yet, but we will see. If the updated map is out, and by the next episode we'll be doing silage anyway, so it gives us plenty of time to think about it. Anyway, that is us done, with the exception of this tiny bit. Good. Okay, so let me fold this up. We'll take it back up to the yard. I think we'll probably remove it from the tractor. It just depends how much space there is. We should have enough bays in the shed. But yeah, there's a few bits which have been missed. It's not really going to make much of a difference, especially if we're using a direct drill, because that would cultivate it again anyway. We didn't have to cultivate it, only if we're going to plant something like potatoes or maize, sugar beet. But I haven't really decided what we're going to do in there yet. Right, so how much space do we have? There's one, oh no, there's a fertiliser spreader, just about a fertiliser spreader, it's pretty small. Yes, there is space in that end bay there. So if we spin around and then reverse in, I always find it's easier from the cab view, so that's what I'm going to do. Pretty tricky not to hit that centre beam. There's like a column coming down from the roof. There we go. Try not to hit the back wall. Good. Right, so there we go. That is that done. Now we need to find a place for the tractor. Might just about fit in front of that fertiliser spreader. That would be hilarious if we actually fertilised a field with this on. With this tractor. Look at the size of it. Oh well. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. And until next time, see you again very soon. Bye for now.